What's up everyone, Hunter here with Technical Gaming, and in this video I'm going to be revisiting a topic that I did about 9 months ago in a video called How Long Does It Take to Get a DLC Operator in Rainbow Six Siege. So I did that video, it kind of blew up, or at least blew up for this channel. I think it's sitting around 130,000 views or something like that, 138,000 views actually, so almost at 140,000 views, by far the most viewed video on my channel. Almost has, or it's got about 2,000 likes, and that video did incredibly well, especially, you know, given how big my channel is and everything. So I was super happy about it, not just because, you know, it did so well, but also because I think that's kind of like the golden standard for what I want this content to be. However, that video definitely was not perfect, and there were quite a few flaws in it, and mostly I just kind of left a decent amount of stuff out of that video that I believe should be in it. And for that, I wanted to redo the video just to kind of correct some of the stuff that I left out and that sort of thing. So I have redone all of the testing, redone all of the numbers, and recalculated everything. And that probably makes it sound a lot more difficult than it actually was, because I'm not that good at math, so if it was that difficult, I definitely couldn't do it. But anyway, yeah, we're going to go ahead and jump into this because I'm pretty excited, and I definitely think that you guys will enjoy this video. So let's jump straight into this, and first off, we are going to fix one of the big mistakes that I made in the last video, and that is that we're actually going to get two different averages. So in the last video, I just got a 200 renown per game average, and I didn't like separate this in between casual and competitive. I just got 200 renown flat. But in this video, I got two different averages, so I actually had to collect quite a bit of data for this. But what I got was, for casual matches, I got 197 average, and the average time that it took was 16 minutes and 6 seconds. Now, for ranked matches, I got an average of 343 renown, and that is with an average time of 20 minutes and 27 seconds. So now that we have two separate numbers, it will be easier for people to tell if they just play strictly casual or strictly competitive. And if you're like me and you play a little bit of both, then you can kind of figure somewhere in the middle. So now let's go ahead and calculate an average for how long it'll take if you just strictly play casual. So in order to figure this out, we're just going to have to do some simple math. First off, we're going to take 25,000, which is the cost of a DLC operator in Rainbow Six Siege, and we will divide that by the average that we got for each game, which was 197. And if you calculate that, then it'll come out to be about 127. So that's going to be 127 games that you're going to have to play in order to get a DLC operator, and that is if you're just playing casual. Now, in order to figure out how much time that will take you, we're going to take the average time that we got, or the average match time for casual, which was 16 minutes and 6 seconds. We're going to multiply that by the number of matches that you have to play, which was 127 matches. And what we'll get is about 2,038, so that's 2,038 minutes. And if we divide that by 60, then what it comes out to be is about 33.9, so about 34 hours of game time in order to get one operator. So with that, keep in mind a few things. First thing is, keep in mind that that is only for casual, so that's casual matches only. I'm going to be doing competitive here in just a second. Another thing to keep in mind is it's honestly probably not going to take you that long, and the reasons for this is because you normally are going to get other renown in some other way, and one of the biggest ways is weekly and daily challenges. Those are something that most people, or I would think most people, probably do, or at least do some of them. I know I don't normally get around to all of them, but I do normally at least do a few of them, and I do most of the weekly challenges, so that's going to shave off a lot of time on that number. Another thing is, maybe sometimes you will get into a match with someone with a renown booster, or maybe you will even have a renown booster for yourself. Those obviously give you a lot more renown and will shave off a lot of time off of that number. And then sometimes even Ubisoft will run like these extra renown weekends and type stuff like that, and I know that's not a very common thing for them to do, but in all reality, there are a lot of other ways to get extra renown, and most of the time, and most people are actually going to do that, such as weekly and daily challenges and that sort of thing. So in all reality, it's more probably closer to 25 hours, because that extra renown is going to shave off a lot of time. So keep that in mind. I would say closer to 25-ish hours. and that again is for casual play. But now let's go ahead and calculate competitive play. So in order to calculate competitive, we're going to literally do the exact same thing except just using competitive numbers. So 25,000, which is the amount it costs for a DLC operator, divide that by 343 renown, which is the average amount of renown you're getting per game, and what you're going to get is about 73, a little bit less, but it rounds up to 73, so we're just going to say 73. And of course what that number is the amount of competitive matches you're going to have to complete in order to unlock a DLC operator. Now what we're going to do now is do the same thing again as we did for the casual, and we're going to take that number 73 and we're going to multiply that by the amount of time it takes on average for a competitive match to complete. And of course what I got was 20 minutes and 27 seconds, which I think is a pretty solid average. I think that's a pretty good time, and what we're going to come out with is 1477 minutes. And if we divide that by 60, then we are going to get 24.6, so about 24 and a half hours in order to unlock a DLC operator, and that is if you play competitive only. Now obviously the same thing that applies to casual applies here, where you're going to be getting extra renown such as boosters, other people with boosters, of course the daily and weekly challenges that most people are going to try to do at least, and there's just all kinds of extra ways to get extra renown. And that's probably going to shave the time down to about 17, 18-ish hours. Now, to be honest with you guys, I think pretty much all of those numbers are very accurate, or at least very accurate for just averages. So, of course, it's not going to be exactly the same for everyone because, you know, things like, you know, how you play and stuff like that does affect how much renown you get at the end of a game. But I think for the most part, people are going to get around these type of numbers if you're trying to unlock a DLC operator. Now, in the first video I did about this subject, I kind of gave some tips and pointers on how I would personally kind of tackle this, like if I were trying to unlock a DLC operator for 25,000 renown, how I would kind of split up the time, like whether I would do it like over the next few weeks or kind of just how I would split up the time each day. But I didn't think that was too important to do in this video because in that last video I got a ton of comments saying like I got a DLC operator in like 2 or 3 days, and I think that's awesome, that's great, and you can split up the time however you want. So I just didn't feel like it was that necessary for me to kind of give like a recommendation for like if you do this much each day then you'll get it in like 2 or 3 weeks. So I didn't think that was all that necessary. You guys can obviously split up the time. Damn, I'm struggling with my English here, but you can split up the time however you want to. So I didn't think that was all that important to include in this video. Now, one more thing that I want to mention in this video is that this video is not showing you guys the fastest way to unlock a DLC operator. Instead, this video is showing you guys how long it will take if you play how you normally play, whether you're playing casual or competitive. But I do want to show you guys this comment and read it for you guys, and this is from Ivan. He commented this on my last video, and he basically just gave a suggestion for an updated video, and he said you could grind terrorist hunt with your preferences being extract hostage in house only, and if you know the hostage spawn location algorithm, or just look at the flares to tell where the hostage is. Once you get used to it, which doesn't take long, you can get 150 renown every time you complete it, and it only takes about 3 minutes if you practice it a bit, and that's on normal difficulty. And by the way, if you do that for about an hour, that's 3,000 renown, and get a friend or two with you and you can do it even faster. So yeah, I definitely appreciate that comment if you're watching this, Ivan. But yeah, I do know that there are faster ways to unlock renown, and if you guys are unaware of that, then yeah, you can just search up on YouTube like the fastest ways, and there are definitely some faster ways to unlock these DLC operators and get renown faster if you're just doing like terrorist hunt and you know, like specific map locations and specific game modes with terrorist hunt. But that's not the point of this video. The point of this video was just to show you how long it will take to get a DLC operator if you're just kind of playing how you normally would play in casual or competitive. And I just wanted to throw that out there because there are actually multiple comments on the last video saying that you could get it way faster doing just terrorist hunt and stuff, and I am aware that it's just not the point of this video. And if you're interested in that, you can search it up on YouTube or just follow Ivan's instructions that he actually gave. But yeah, this video is finally at its end. It went a little bit longer than I wanted it to go, but that is completely fine. I hope you guys did find it a little bit more precise and accurate than the last video that I did, and I definitely think that it is. So hopefully it helps you guys out, and if you enjoyed this video, then be sure to leave a like on this video, and if you're not subscribed already, be sure to do that for more Rainbow Six Siege content. Leave a comment down below if you have any questions, and yeah, I hope you guys have an awesome day and an awesome rest of your summer. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.